Power 96.1, it's Atlanta's #1 hit music station. I'm Moran Tha Man, hanging out at Hangout Music Fest. Been enjoying myself, excuse me. And I got the pleasure to kick it with somebody that is very dope, Mr. Nightmare.
What's up?
Chilling, not on Elm Street,
No.
not before Christmas.
At Hangout.
Just Nightmare
Just
at
regular
Hangout.
Nightmare.
How you living, bro?
I'm good, man. Really good. Yeah, we actually got in yesterday, which was nice. So we got to walk around and check out the festival a little bit, and yeah, it's just so nice. It was a little rainy, but everything it was still like, I mean, yeah.
Where were you coming from?
I had Washington D.C. on 2 nights ago.
Or
at Echo Stage, which was like just so amazing. Awesome,
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. The first time we really got a real glimpse of you was last year in our city.
Yeah.
You performed at Shaky Beats.
Oh yeah, Shaky Beats. I was gonna say in the
And
opera. Yeah.
you really killed it. And
Shaky
to
Beats
see
was
your
crazy.
because of you.
Thanks, man.
And to see how you've progressed from literally a year ago
Yeah.
today is definitely something inspirational. How do you take in all your success up to this point, bro?
I mean, it's, I obviously, no matter what, I'm always gonna have goals that are like farther and greater from where I'm at. But I'm just super, super thankful. I've had like so many awesome friends in the industry and so many cool people that I've met who have really helped me out and supported my music and helped getting it out there to everyone. And obviously like an incredible team who's like, been able to put me in these places to be able to, if I wasn't on the Shaky Beats line, I wouldn't have been able to perform like that.
Right.
And like, getting in front of these people to build these fans and build this network and stuff like this. And, I don't know. I just always try to stay focused on like making music and like just stuff that I really, really enjoy, and just
Right.
trying not to like be too much influenced by the rest of,
Right. Sounds like you
the
do more than
industry and
just
stuff
music
like that.
stuff. Like, do you do other things outside of music inspire your music?
Yeah, I mean, the last year, especially like since Shaky Beats even, it's been like really like hectic.
Right.
I've probably done like, I think I did like almost 180 shows last year. So it's like I've been on the move like a lot, and it's been a cool learning experience, like learning to like, or just getting better at like writing music on the road, and like from writing in a hotel room or like a long flight or just all that kind of stuff. And
As long as you got the opportunity to cook up, you're just gonna do it. Basically.
yeah, you kind of just have to like learn to do both ways. And it's been awesome. Like I feel, I'm obviously incredibly blessed to be able to travel around and
Right.
and play my music for people. So
Yeah, man, and it's really good, man. So, who are some of your inspirations? Who inspired you to really get in on this wave that you got going on,
yeah.
bro?
I mean, I think it kind of changes a lot. Like not a lot, but obviously there's like huge superstars like DJ Snake. Like his album he just put out is like something that I really have a ton of respect for. It's got like dope
Respect.
hip hop
You
records.
said you got respect for the album.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I mean, no, that's tight. That's
it's
tight.
like he like I could just tell he put a lot of work into it, and it's not just like a bunch of bangers. It's like there's songs on there that are
Right.
like beautiful and like amazing, and like I got to remix that "Here Comes the Night" song. It's like one of my favorites, and he's got like "For Life" with like Gashi and like that couple hip hop records that are amazing, dance
Right.
records that are amazing, like radio records that are amazing, and like so that really inspired me to be able to I always try to keep things very like diverse and like multi-genre, and like keep a little bit of everything in my sets, especially for like festivals like this. And
That's dope.
I feel like he does a really good job of that. And and then there's like technical side of things, like I love Mr. Carmack, and like that kind of like vibe, like those things are where it's like underground weird really cool stuff.
Word.
Like inspires me to kind of like,
So you're like a low-key weirdo too, right?
yeah, of
Hey,
course. I mean,
dig
I
it.
make so much music too, and I make
Word.
pop music, hip hop beats, like anything like I feel inspired to make, I just make it. And then 1 out of 15 songs comes out as a Nightmare thing. Like I'm pretty picky about what actually sees the light of day.
I respect that. That just means that you really care. To me, you care more about quality over quantity.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
pretty
of
good.
course. And
Out of everything that's like in your stash, because you got a lot of stuff out here,
Yeah.
what is the one that really means the most to your heart?
like unreleased music, that I have?
Anything, whatever you have. Well, okay, we'll say we'll make
Something
it
that's out and
something that's out.
not
Yeah,
out.
something that's out. What means the most to you?
Oh man, I don't know. Maybe like I want to say Street, just because that was one of the ones that I was like, this is like a song that I know I like it, and it's super weird, and I'm just gonna play it, and like hopefully people like it.
Like you don't care. It's like,
yeah, I don't even know. Like
Clearly
I
made that
think
for
this
yourself.
Sounds cool, but I don't even know. Like it's just weird, and that was the one that like kind of was able to like Skrillex started playing it, and just like all these big people started playing it and picking it up. But that one, I felt like I was like staying true to my like weird, cool music self.
Dope.
And then that's the one that, you know, ended up doing the best. And I feel like that's something I've definitely learned too as I've gone along, is like, you know, trying to make music for like to please anyone other than yourself is like not gonna work. Like, you know, you can do it, but like in the end, the stuff that like it makes you the happiest or most excited or most inspired is like what's really gonna like, you know, make noise or like, you know, break through.
I dig that. I dig that. I dig that. So if you don't mind me asking, as a producer, you have some crazy jams. What is like your go-to plugin, bro?
My go-to plugin?
What is your go-to plugin?
This is tough. I'm trying to decide.
Oh, it's tough. So
I think Serum is like a synth that I use the most, like I would say. I don't know if you know Serum.
I'm hip.
Like Omnisphere is really dope. For synths, like I feel like Serum and Omnisphere are kind of the two that I end up using a lot. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I mean, I actually use a lot of built-in Ableton stuff, like mostly. Like a lot of the stock stuff in Ableton is what I use, and it's
dope.
I feel like a lot of people overlook like a lot of the basic stuff in there, but like you know, the grain delay in Ableton is like one of the things that I use that like no one really uses that much, but that's how I made like the cool stuff in Street, and like a lot of the really cool snares I could come up with are like with grain delay, and like there's like Corpus and like all these random kind of like audio effects that you wouldn't really use, but like if you kind of just experiment with them, like you can come up with really cool shit. And it's like I don't know. There's a few other effect plugins and stuff like that, but I mean I use Effectrix a good amount. It's really cool. It's got like a really crazy like tonal delay thing in it that you can like
a filter, or
it's like, I'm trying to think of it's almost like it adds I mean it just adds like a tone, like a specific synthy kind of sounding tone to whatever you want. So, and then there's like kind of like a dry wet knob, so you can have it be like fully the weird synth sound or fully the original sound, and you can tune it to whatever you want. So like if your song's in whatever F sharp or something, and you have like a weird sound, like a synth, and it's like not exactly in key, you can kind of put that on there, and like that's like Feel Your Love, you know, the one with Flux Pavilion. That whole song is like pretty much Effectrix, like the
that vocal
the tonal delay and like Effectrix, and I don't know. There's a bunch of random little things.
It's like cool. It sounds to me, that sounds like a perfect example of just using what you got.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, use what you got. It's amazing how far it can take you.
Yeah.
So now we got to step into the present. Yeah. This Lean Back remix. My boy. First of all, that was very bold.
Yeah.
That was very bold. That was very brave of you to take that classic and make it into your own.
Yeah.
What made you want to touch that? Because if you would have did it wrong, you would have potentially made a lot of people mad.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
that they actually asked me to do that.
Really?
Yeah. So originally the label came to me and was like, yo, we're trying to make like a new version of Lean Back. Like it's going to be you and Terror Squad and Fat Joe's like new song.
Dope.
You know what I mean?
Dope.
And then they were like it just became like a whole, obviously it's major label, so it just became this whole thing, and like people were like trying to clear things, and like eventually it was like, okay, well we can't even do it anymore. And it was like, all right, we can do it, but it has to be like a remix, not like this. And then it was like, I don't like, I made that song over a year ago.
Word.
And it's kind of just been sitting, and I play it every Vegas set and like a bunch of like, you know, fun kind of like house party sets, or like if I play every like colleges and stuff, I always play that. But yeah, it was like, I don't know, it's like that 100 BPM tempo too, which is like a little weird for me. Like I do it sometimes.
How's that weird?
But just the rhythm of it is weird. It's not weird. Like it's awesome. It's perfect for Vegas, that type of thing. And it's like a good like radio vibe. But it's like, for sometimes I feel like when I'm playing, or like when I'm creating it, it's hard to keep that tempo really high energy because it's a little slower.
Word.
You know what I mean? And you know that I definitely was in like, I mean, yeah. I don't know.
I dig it. No,
it ended up being cool. It took me a while to be like, before I was happy with it. I made like 20 different versions because exactly like you said, I was like, you can't just like remix Lean Back, like such a classic song, and like, you know, I don't know.
You did your thing.
But I'm glad it came out.
Yeah, man, you definitely did your thing. One thing I like, it really does feel like it doesn't. You were inspired, but you definitely made it your own.
Yeah.
So I definitely did that. So thank you for making something else that's dope for our ears. Definitely appreciate it. So, what are some advice that you can give for some up-and-coming, you know, DJs, producers, whoever? They see Nightmare, they want to be like Nightmare. Nightmare inspires me.
Yeah.
What is some advice you could give to them?
I mean, when I get this question, I usually, kind of what I said earlier a little bit about like when you're writing music. I mean, or you know, if you see me up on stage and you're like, man, I really want to be able to DJ, like, DJing, you know, I love DJing and it's so much fun for me, but
Right.
it wasn't like the thing that I was passionate about that got me into on stage there. You know, what got me passionate, or what got me up there, was my passion for music and like my passion for like creating new sounds and like innovating and like just trying to move music forward. So it's like, you know, nowadays especially, like, to be able to get on these stages, like, you kind of have to have music that people want to hear. Like, you know, you got to be able to sell tickets, and like that's how you're gonna sell tickets. So like, you know, I spent this whole time, like, before I was like making any progress, being like, what can I make that like people will like, and then we'll sell tickets and like it'll be good. And it's like, you know, that's, you can't get stuck in that thought process, because the stuff that is going to be the best and the coolest and the like most original is the stuff that's like you are really inspired by, and like, you know, you make to please yourself, not to please other people. And like, you know, and when you like, if you're doing anything creative, like you could be writing books, or you could be painting, or you could be producing music, and like, you know, you start doing it because you know that like you have good taste in it, and it's like, if I can get my ideas down, if I can create what I'm thinking of, like people will like it, and you know, so like my taste is good. and when you start actually doing the creative shit, like when you start painting, when I started producing music, you know, the first 3 years of songs that I made, I was like, okay, these are cool, but like I know they're not like amazing, just because my taste knows like they're not up to where they need to be like amazing. And so that's what I like, you know, everybody has to go through that, like no matter what, like what you're doing. Like there's going to be years, it could be 1 year, it could be 10 years, like where you're just working and you're trying to get your like creative work to like sound as good as what, you know, so that you're satisfied with it. And it can be super like disheartening and like super like depressing sometimes when you're just like making stuff and it doesn't sound like what you want it to sound like. But yeah, just knowing that like everybody goes through that, and just like fighting through and just constantly producing and like doing creative stuff is just like what you have to do. And yeah, just knowing that everybody goes through that too is like
everybody
a comforting
goes
thought,
through it.
And it's like
you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly.
What Michael Jackson said, you are not alone.
It takes time. Like you can't just like do it and, you know, be there. But you obviously got to start somewhere. And yeah, I don't know.
Hey, it's all good,
Is
man.
that useful?
Yeah, that's very useful. Some kid is gonna watch this or listen to this and go, you know what?
Yeah.
Nightmare was right.
Yeah.
So now I'm about to put in this
Or
work.
yeah, if you're feeling that, like, yeah, if you're feeling that way, it's like I've felt that way many times before. Every single person who's on the stage today has felt that way. Fucking Chance the Rapper, just, I'm sure he spent many days where he was just like, man, like whatever. He's written plenty of verses, I'm sure, that he wasn't happy with. And then,
Word.
you know, you just gotta fight through it and keep writing, and then you win a Grammy later. You know,
That's real. So Instagram, Twitter,
yeah, everything's
SoundCloud,
Nightmare.
everything's Nightmare.
Yeah, except Snapchat.
What?
Whoever has my Snapchat name, give it back to me. I don't know where you
Give
are
it back.
in the world.
You're trash.
At Nightmare. Someone has the Snapchat. Everything else I have. I've got Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, man, thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course.
It's a pleasure kicking it with you. Thanks for the music, for the vibes.
Yeah,
Keep creating.
Thank you guys for having me.
Power 96.1. I'm Moran Tha Man. Nightmare. Be
Peace.
out.